I said demotic, right? Now that's when you compare the hieroglyphs or the glyphs to the demotic, they look totally different. The so-called hieroglyphs was supposed to be the writing of the royalty of the ancient Kemetic people, which, by the way, are the sons of Ham. All right.
Demotic. Yep, demotic. Because when you go to the Rosetta Stone, the Rosetta Stone was written in 3 languages. It was written in the Greek. It was written in the hieroglyphs, and it was written in the Demotic language, which the Demotic language, if I'm not mistaken, was the language of the average Egyptian, the common language.
And the reason why the so-called white scholars or white archaeologists / historians, the reason why they were able to decipher the glyphs, because everything was translated from the glyphs. You had the glyphs, the Demotic, and you had the Greek. So you had a translation, just like the scriptures. You had the what was it called? The Greek writing, the Septuagint. All right, the Septuagint did not come before the scriptures. The Septuagint was a translation of the Hebrew scriptures into Greek. See, what you have to understand is, see, this whole concept of the minds coming together, it goes back to the ancient world. But each nation had their own resources or their own records or their own writings or their own form of teaching. Now, during the time of Alexander and his 4 generals, namely, what's his name, Ptolemy the first, Soter, it was during that era, which was approximately 300 years before the birth of the Lord, that they had built a library called the Alexandria Library. And you had, I mean, it was a vast library, and it was burnt down. So most of those records were destroyed. And it was a great meeting place for scholars of all nations. So these archaeologists, historians, scholars, because they all work hand in hand, the archaeologists were the ones that dug things up. But they work hand in hand with the historians, with linguists, scholars, and so forth, man. They work together. And when they dug this up, that's how they were able to decode, decipher the ancient so-called Egyptian tongue. That's why we always tell you guys, everything that you guys got, you can throw up all them black scholars all you want, but every last one of them, from Dr. Ben Yayakum to Cheikh Anta Diop, which he's Senegalese, right? So he got to be a Jake, right? He's probably a Jake. He looked like one of the. He looked like Shekiah, man. He looked like Shekiah. If you put up a picture of him, he looked like Shekiah. You don't know Shekiah.
Khan, and that's where you got all your information from. You know, and these archaeologists, they have dug certain relics up and stuff to show you that the Israelites existed. You know, that you had different empires throughout the world. Israelites were mentioned in their writings. You know, Israelites were mentioned in their statues or steles and stuff like that. You know, because the Israelites did exist.
You have a stone called a stele. By the way, means stone. The Mesha stele, also known as the Moabite stone, and this was written by, I believe it was actually him or some writer that he appointed to write about his god. What was his god's name? Chemosh? Chemosh. And he praised his god, this Moabite king, which is King Mesha. King Mesha, that's why it's called a Mesha Stele, King Mesha stone. Because you took stones and you did what was called, cuneiform. Cuneiform is not a language. Cuneiform is a way of writing something. Cuneiform means wedge writing. That's all it means. You found these stones, and you found somebody that would carve in actual words, characters. And like I said, the scholars know about the Mesha Stele, the Moabite stone, and in that stone, he praises his god Chemesh, because he used them to destroy Israel, and he even mentioned the name of the Most High. He mentioned the name of Yahweh. He even mentioned King David. So for you to say that Israel never existed, well, look, we're a product of Israel, man. We are Israelites. How do I know that the Israelite existed? Because we're here now.
That's right. This is in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary under the word cuneiform. It says a system of writing by symbolic characters used chiefly in the Mesopotamian area in ancient times. The system is regarded as a forerunner of the alphabet. According to Olmsted of the Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago, more than 500,000 of these tablets are yet to be deciphered. So basically any type of anytime you carve something into a stone or something, that's cuneiform. Like the apostle said, it's not a language.
And you mentioned Mesopotamia, Ur of the Chaldees. That's the so-called beginning of everything, man. If you want to say what's the beginning of civilization, it was down there of Ur of the Chaldees. And what they were worshiping were devils, which the Canaanites kept worshiping. And the Most High led Abraham, and really Abraham and his two brothers, outside of Ur, away from their father, Terah. And they did. Abraham embarked upon this journey from Ur through Mesopotamia, going northward up into Syria, into Haran, and then back down southwest into Egypt, going through the land of Canaan. Now keep the word Canaan in mind, because you have a lot of these Kemetic cats, which are nothing but Israelites, confused, lost Israelites, that'll say, well, what's the first writing, and what's the first this, and what's the first that? We were the last nation to be set up, man. Okay? We were the last of everyone, man. Like I said, civilization, before it went to so-called Africa, the land of Chem, according to scholars, it goes back to Ur of the Chaldees. Did you go to Google and look up was it proto writing?
Yeah, I had looked it up. I guess I strayed from it.
Yeah, see if you can find it or put it up again.
Okay.
Or you can even put in that, or you can put in what is the oldest writing.